What's good, everybody? Welcome back to LDS Boxing. We back with another one. So, yeah, we want to touch on these fight cards that's going down today, July the 9th. It's a lot of fight cards, good fights going down. We're going to touch on all that, let you know where you can find them and what the times are, where you can catch these fights. Before I do that, I want to salute everybody coming through the building. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. Feel free to drop a comment in the comment section. When you listen to the playback, feel free, tap in as well. It's all good. So we're going to get to it. It's actually a card going on right now up in Russia, RCC Boxing. But there's a couple of fights I just want to touch on, though. And I'm going to drop the link in the chat just in case you guys want to tap into this card right now. It's 9 fights on the card. They like at number 2 right now, so you ain't really missing too much. Not the bigger name guys that I'm about to speak on. But yeah. So this one right here though, it's headlined by Magsayo Kurbanov versus Patrick Teixeira. Let me put this up. I know everything's in Russian. But this fight is like a little bit over 154. These guys are 154 contenders, but they fighting above the weight limit, because the sanctions they have in Russia. I know both of these guys was highly ranked in the WBO. Kurbanov, he haven't fought in a minute. You know what I'm saying? He was due to fight Teixeira in December, but that fight pulled out, which at the time would have been real big for the division because Kurbanov, he had a high ranking in the WBO. But since the Russia got sanctioned, they kind of like they took that away from him. So they still got this fight on. Patrick Teixeira, he went on to have a fight, but he lost. He had a disqualification. You know what I'm saying? And but he's back. Jose Diaz, what's good with you, bro? Salute. Salute. So let me put this. I'm gonna put this link in the chat though of this card. But this fight right here is pretty good. Kurbanov, he fights in like a Philly shell. He got the influence from the Mayweather boxing club and stuff like that. Floyd Mayweather. So he kind of fights similar to that. I ain't saying he's that 100, but he fights in the shoulder roll pretty much the whole fight. That's his defense. And he's a good boxer. He got some good hand speed and he got some good power too. You know what I'm saying? My man Marlon King boxing in the building. What's good with you, bro? Appreciate that super chat. Listening in. Appreciate that. Salute. It's just you correct to bring the facts. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, bro, coming through. And this is the link where you can find this card I'm talking about right now. Like I said, there's 9 fights on the card. They just started. So, you know what I'm saying? The 3 main fights I'm touching on, that's what I'm really here for. You feel me? But yeah, this fight, yeah, I like it though. It's pretty much 50-50. We know Teixeira is long and rangy, former world champion. He can box. We're gonna see what he brings to the table against Kurbanov, who's gonna be trying to be slick and counter punching and stuff like that. So it's a good little style matchup, man. We're gonna see. And hopefully both guys can get back in the running at 154, which we know is one of the hottest divisions in boxing. We got an undisputed champion, so it's pretty clear who's the best. But it's a lot of good matchups you can make, you know what I'm saying, right below that. You know what I'm saying? For title contentions, you got prospects, you got fringe contenders, you got guys just, that division is unpredictable. You know what I'm saying? Until Jamel Charlo kind of solidified what it is. You feel me? So yeah. They said Marlon King boxing. This Ron Finkley. What's good with you, bro? Salute. Appreciate the super chat, bro. For sure. So yeah. So that's one of them. So the second fight on this card is worth, looking at. You got this kid right here, Sagani, the taller fighter right here. He's facing off against Macias. Now, Sagani is number 1 in the WBC at 168. He's the silver champion. He's a good fighter too. He look like a twig, bro, honestly. You talking about Teixeira or this kid Sagani? Both of them kind of tall and slender. But Sagani, like I said, he's the number 1 contender in the WBC. So I'm not saying he's gonna get an opportunity at Canelo. I'm just putting it out there. And like I said, with these Russian sanctions, I don't know. I mean, the WBC ranked him like he was moving up the rankings. You know what I'm saying? He was like number 5 or number 6 last month. Then he comes in number one. So that tells me maybe he can get an opportunity. It could be a slight chance to get an opportunity at David Benavidez. You never know. You know what I'm saying? David Benavidez is the WBC interim champion. But this is a fight that he pretty much gonna dominate. You know what I'm saying? He's a good boxer, you know what I'm saying, long and rangy. He got decent pop, but he's more so one of those guys that can make you look bad, you know what I'm saying, as a boxer. So we're gonna see. So yeah, this one is on this card as well. The link is above if you guys want to check it out. And here's another one on this card. This is a cruiserweight. So Teixeira versus Sagov. Teixeira is an Olympic gold medalist, 6'5", you know, big rangy guy, but he ain't really using that height and reach. He's kind of crouching down, and he trying to get to it. He said Benavidez can throw hands. Yes, sir. He got good hand speed. He's tough, rugged, you know what I'm saying? Dig to the body. Yeah, Benavidez is one of my favorite fighters right now. I like how he talk as a fighter. You know what I'm saying? He go in there and fight. You know what I'm saying? Always have great performances. So yeah. So getting back to Teixeira, he had a title shot, WBA regular title, but like I said, because of the Russian sanctions, then that fight got called off. So you know, he's coming back. You know, he lost to Mashinsu. He got taken to school in that fight. But he's all right. You know, he don't really use his height and reach like that, but he gonna come to fight. So yeah, like I said, you can catch this card. It's on that link, but I just posted above RCC Boxing. You know what I'm saying? It's live right now. It's a 9-fight card. They're like at number 2 or number 3 right now. So yeah, you still have time. I want to get back to Prediction League, new season, July 15th, born day. That's what's up, bro. Salute to you. Salute. All right, so we're moving on. So we got this card on the zone I want to touch on. We got a couple of changes to this card. So this is the bout sheet, running order, however you want to say it. It's gonna start 9 o'clock West Coast, 12 o'clock on the East. You know what I'm saying? Do the math. Tap into the YouTube channel to catch the undercards. They got the prelim starting. They call it Before the Bell. You got a couple of fights to start off. Young prospects. Abraham versus Rodriguez. You got Darkus, the heavyweight. He's nice. He's nice with it. He's going to space Espindola. So check them out. That's Before the Bell. Then it's going to switch over to the regular DAZN. You know what I'm saying? Like 11 o'clock, I believe. 2 o'clock on the East Coast. You got Warley. So Warley, he got a replacement opponent. He had Abe. They said it was a 5-week notice, but Abe couldn't get into the country, I guess. I don't know. That would have been a good fight. But excuse me, I can say Warley, he trying to get a big fight for the British title versus Nathan Gorman coming up. So this is just a little run out, and this is like a 1-day replacement, you know what I'm saying? So I expect him to get the job done early. Jocko versus Messick. This is 154. Jocko is dropping down from 160 to 154, so he's trying to get a world ranking. They got a WBA international title on the line. Rahman Ali is back. You know what I'm saying? She looked good in her last fight. I think she scored a knockout. She just got with Manny Robles, so with that team. So she looking good. She trying to make a title run. So check her out. She's facing Rojas. And then I'm going to touch on the other 2 cards, get more in depth into the other 2 fights on the card. The real good fights I want to touch on for sure. You say ain't nothing like boxing talk from professionals like you. I appreciate that, bro, for sure. Appreciate that. If he doesn't start using those long arms, they're going to catch him. Yeah, who you talking about? Benavidez? I mean, I probably be missing. My fault, bro. Jose Diaz. D-Lo 404 in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute. So yeah, these 2 cards, right? These 2 fights on the card right here is real dope to me. You got Magsayo versus Soro. This is a rematch. You know what I'm saying? The first fight was in December. It ended kind of controversial. Well, it was controversial because Magsayo was punching after the bell. He didn't hear the bell, and the referee stopped the fight. Soro was out on his feet. But building up to that stoppage, and then the way the fight was going, it was Magsayo. Magsayo was boxing real well. You know what I'm saying? In and out using his angles. That's how he fight. You know what I'm saying? He used a lot of angles and he can punch. You know what I'm saying? So he was kind of frustrating Soro. I felt like Soro started to settle down maybe um, you know, after the midpoint of the fight, he started to settle down and get his shots together. Well, I think the speed and and just the angles and stuff, athletic ability was giving Soro problems. But this is a fight Soro can come back from. You know what I'm saying? He can time at runoff. He fights with his hands down sometimes. So you can step to him and hit him with some good shots. Soro is a decent puncher. And this at 154 too. I was talking about earlier how this division is so unpredictable and it's a lot of landmines in this division. If you feel what I'm saying. So this is another good fight though. You know what I'm saying? I thought the first fight was building up to be a good fight. I thought Renov got out to a good start, but then it started to build up to a competitive fight. And this is for the WBA final eliminator for Jamel Charlo. So shit, they right there. I'm not sure if they're gonna actually get that fight, but just to have that position, it's good though. So this is a good fight, real good fight for the card. He said share it on Twitter. I appreciate that for sure. So yeah. It's a good one. Going on to the main event. So this another rematch, you know what I'm saying? Chisora versus Pulev. They fought like 6 years ago. Pulev won that. It wasn't really a pretty style type of fight. What he really did, he used some tactics, you know what I'm saying? Jab and grab until Chisora started to get tired, and then he started laying 1-2s down the pipe. Really, he didn't really hurt Chisora. He was kind of outworking Chisora with his jab and kind of dictating the pace. Chisora was trying to get in as normal. Um, it was a big difference. That was 4 years ago, but Chisora was like what he weighed like 241 at the time of the first fight. You know what I'm saying? Pulev always around 250. You know what I'm saying? So that really wasn't nothing crazy, but Chisora looked lighter on in that fight. You know what I'm saying? Now coming into this fight, he's at 258. So that tells me he want to sit there and trade, and he want to be strong enough to get out the clinches. Because that was the thing. That was the downfall. He couldn't get out the clinch. You know what I'm saying? Pulev was tying him up, and then once he got some space, he was landing them jabs. Then the right hand came right behind it. So I see something like that in this fight. Something similar. Of course, Chisora gonna have to work on the inside. He may have to use a good jab to get inside this, not just walk straight in like he normally do. So yeah, I think it's gonna be the same. I like Pulev winning. At Pulev, he had a fight a couple of months ago on Triller against Jerry Forrest. He actually looked pretty good. You feel me? He looked pretty decent. He shut out Jerry Forrest, which that was a going into that fight. You probably can pick Jerry Forrest for the upset, but man, he ain't have nothing for Pulev. And when you look at Chisora's career, like he loses to guys like this. You know what I'm saying? He always loses to guys like this that can box and kind of stand up, standard type of guys. I keep thinking about the Jake Caballero fight that he had. I mean, he looked crazy in that fight. So this another one. And then Pulev, he only lose to elite guys. He lost to Vladimir Klitschko and Anthony Joshua. So he can be hurt, but I think Chisora can punch and stuff like that. But he's kind of, he one dimensional. He just come to fight. That's what we love about him as a boxing fan. That he always come to fight, win, lose, or draw. He gonna put on a good show and give his 100% effort. But I like Pulev in this fight. I like Pulev win a decision. I missed the other one, my Renoff and Soro. I got my Renoff in that fight. It's another note that I forgot to mention, but I got you. Felix Cash is off the card. He's supposed to face Vaughn Alexander. He pulled out with an illness. So early this morning, late last night, he pulled out. So that's a change to this card. But yeah, you can still catch it though on the zone or the YouTube channel. The prelims gonna start just 2 fights, you know what I'm saying, before the bell. That's at 9 o'clock West Coast, 12 East Coast. Feel free to tap in. Then right after that, that's the main card. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna see. I like the 2 fights. I like the co-main and the main event. The other ones is just young fighters getting the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. He said someone definitely getting KO'd. They gonna get tired. Yeah, I think it's gonna be if it's gonna be Chisora. Chisora is like to me like a 4 or 5 round fighter. You feel me? I think Pulev has better stamina. I think this fight's gonna end up with a knockout. Yeah, yeah, probably could. Both guys is older. I'm not saying Chisora can't win the fight, but I feel like what I'm saying. I think I like Pulev's tactics to win a fight than Chisora. It may not be pretty, but I think he gonna win it. Pulev Shazor weekend. Yes, sir. What up, my dude? What's up, TJ? Salute to you, bro. He said I got Pulev late. Okay. KO late rounds. Okay. Okay. I'm with that. I like Pulev by decision, but shit, that'd be nice. We'll see. I'm gonna try to catch live fight commentary. Yes, sir. All right, so we're moving forward. So we got another card I want to touch on, kind of low key. It's on ProBox TV. You can download the app. It's $1.99 a month. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty good though. They have some good fights on the card, but they got one. They got one today. Cesar Francis versus Ray Beltran. This at 140 pounds. They got WO NABO title on the line. You know, he said I thought King Abe was a live dog. Yeah, me too. Yo, me too. And Von Alexander versus Phyllis Cash. I did both of those fights, yo. I was looking at, but more so Von Alexander versus Phyllis Cash, though. You know what I'm saying? I thought Abe would give Worley some trouble, but I think he'll settle down, probably outbox him, maybe stop him late. But I was thinking about betting on Von Alexander. I'm not gonna hold you. He said I got Von. Yeah, but Phyllis Cash, she pulled out though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that been dope right there. Plus 940. Yeah, that been nice. Philip Cass looked mad suspect last fight. Yeah, he did. Yeah. So this one right here, you can catch it on ProBox, man. It's real simple to use too. The app is real nice. It's straight boxing channel. But I'm gonna talk about the main event. But first, I'm gonna get to the undercard. You got the Ballet brothers coming back, Marquise and Dominique. They on the card. They're gonna open it up. There's only 6 fights on the card. You got Julio Solis. He's a good prospect. Look out for him. You know what I'm saying? He's nice with it. Then you got Brandon Glanson, who to me he's a cruiserweight contender. He had that fight of the year candidate versus F.A. Apoche last year. You know what I'm saying? He been pretty quiet after that. I think he had 1 or 2 fights in between, but Brandon Glanson can fight. He got some top 15 rankings too in all the sanctioned bodies at cruiserweight. He's coming back versus Deshaun Webster. So that's a good look for him. And heavyweight division, you got Christian Thumb versus Curtis Harper. Yeah, that's the Curtis Harper that got out the ring against Efe. But he's back. He's pretty solid for these young up and coming guys. He's a journeyman. So he normally, if he ain't, I know he's been stopped a couple times, but he can be durable. Christian Thung is a 6'9" big, some big guy. He like 278. You know what I'm saying? So of course, stamina is going to be a question. I know he was brought in for some training camps with Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder before. So he's a big guy. So we're going to see what he brings to the table. He's a co-main. And then the main event, Francis versus Beltran at 140. Pretty decent fight. It's a style matchup. Francis is a tall, rangy, strong guy. He's rangy. He's real tall for. I don't know how what they got him listed, but he's one of the taller 140 pounders we have. He's a good boxer. Got some good pop too. You know what I'm saying? He got some sneaky power. So that's gonna be the thing. Him using his height and reach, and Beltran trying to get in. Beltran is a good puncher. Back in his day. I know he like 41, 42 now. Um, he may have problems with the speed. Like most of his fights when he lose, he has problems with hand speed and foot speed. You know what I'm saying? And he's easy to hit. So you can try to sit down with him and set some shots up with him. He may come forward with the high guard. So you may have some success like that too. But if you get to exchanging with Beltran, let him start digging to the body and slow you down, then it's a different fight. So we're gonna see though. This like kind of a crossroads fight because Francis needs this for some world rankings so he can, get his stuff going. And then Beltran is basically his twilight. So we're gonna see. He said TJ correct. I think Frank Martin replacement opponent better than Nunes. Yeah, we're gonna touch on that, but I actually disagree with you on that. We're gonna get to that for sure. That's coming up. So yeah. So this one, the undercard is gonna start. Well, this card is gonna start at 4 West Coast, 7 East Coast. So feel free to tap in with that. The main card probably start like 9 o'clock on the East Coast. So yeah, like I said, feel free. If you missed this card because you watching Showtime, show just go back if you got the app. Go back and check it out, or tap in and out with it. You know what I'm saying? It depends. I'm just letting you guys know where you can find these fights. So that's what it is. He said, why are they making these replacements? That takes the whole training off. I mean, well, these guys, you got to have a replacement, just in case these guys pull out for injury or COVID or whatever. Jasmine Renner is probably. I'm gonna touch on that. Let me get to it. But those guys, most of these guys know about these fights, so they like on standby, so you can keep the card running. PBC, like you gotta get it. Like if you on the undercard, you can't afford to um, you know, if your opponent pull out, you can't afford to miss that opportunity and have a fight if you can get a replacement because you might not get it on back on the schedule. You know what I'm saying? So it's important for these guys to stay active. That's one thing. And then it's good for the promoters and the people who run and everything to have somebody on standby. So yeah, stuff happens, man. You know what I'm saying? It'd be out of our control and their control as well. So all right, so moving on to the Showtime card. You know what I'm saying? It's a pretty good card, actually. Headlined by Mark Magsayo versus Ray Vargas, 2 undefeated guys fighting for the WBC featherweight title. We're gonna touch on that, but let's touch on the undercard for sure. I'm gonna let you know where you can find it as well. Whatever you're training for a lefty slick fighter, they bring in a righty power hitter. Um, yeah, you talking about Jackson Marinez? Jackson Marinez. So Nunez is a right hander. So I think you know what I'm saying. I don't think there's no issue with that. Only difference between I'm gonna get to that though for sure. I'm gonna get to that. But Nunez definitely, it's a change of pace and style, but yeah, Nunez was a righty. Jasper Marinez should have had a W against Roller. Yeah, I agree with that. All right, so let's get to the card though. So they're gonna have 2 fights on the Showtime YouTube channel. That's gonna start at 4 o'clock West Coast, 7 East Coast. You got 2 fights. You got Rashidi Ellis. He making his PBC debut on this card. He lost his opponent. You know what I'm saying? He had fighting a southpaw, Bella Parmelo, but he's fighting this journeyman level guy, Jose Morafo, something like that. This is a fight he should definitely win, by KO. It's good that they keeping him on this because a lot of fans been talking about and anticipating watching Rashidi Ellis fight. So they keeping him on this card. It's an 8 rounder. So that's what that is. So maybe they got something big for him. And he's one of these young welterweights that needs some action. We know he was on Golden Boy, sat out for a minute. You know what I'm saying? He had some disputes over there. But, Rashidi can fight. And this is his platform to show everybody and to remind everybody how good he is. I won't trip too much about the opponent. It was more so about getting eyes on Rashidi Ellis. You know what I'm saying? So I know this is one of the fights where maybe a couple of years down the line, maybe a year down the line, when a lot of fans just go straight to box rec and be like, yo, he fought this guy 13-10. Well, you know how we try to compare resumes, but they never give context into why certain fights was made, especially at a stage of career that he's at. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's gonna look good. He always looked good, really. He's been out the ring for a minute. He's a fast-handed, fast-foot fighter with some pop. He's really not the biggest puncher, though. I will say that he got good hand speed, but I think it's more so his knockouts be coming from like his speed. Speed is power. I got you, but for one punch, he ain't really getting too many guys up out of there. So we'll see. Probably be going to the body in this fight. He said, finally giving they giving Speedy some work. They ducking him for a reason. I don't know if they ducking him, yo. I can't say that, but I know he had some situations with Golden Boy. But I don't know. I don't know if they ducking him. But maybe, maybe. All right, so we're moving on to the next fight on this card. So Cardenas versus Banquez. This is 118 pounds. This is a pretty good fight. Ramon Cardenas is he 18-1. He's from San Antonio, so he's a home fighter. Good counter punching boxer. Good guy. He's decent. They're gonna see what he brings to the table because he's facing a rough, rugged opponent from Venezuela and Banquez who throws a lot of hard shots. You know what I'm saying? He's pretty predictable, but he throw a lot of hard shots, and he beat some he upset a couple of guys. He just beat the Olympian, the Cuban Olympian earlier this year, and then he beat Prince Patel. So he one of those guys that he's strong. You're gonna have to hurt him, or you're gonna have to box your ass off to beat him. Like he's coming, and you gotta deter him from this coming in like that, the way he come in. But he throws his combination is jab, jab, and a hard body shot, hard right to the body. He do that over and over and over. But if my man sit and fight with him, it may be a short night. I'm just saying. But it's a pretty good fight though to open up the you know what I'm saying, to be on the YouTube channel, the Showtime YouTube channel. You can check that out for sure. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna drop the link for that one as well. Because I know, a lot of times we be watching, like we be trying to find these fights. Sometimes we forget about this shit. I'm not gonna hold you. Even me sometimes I be forgetting. But yeah. So we'll get a chance to watch Rashidi Ellis and this Banquez kid, Cardenas versus Banquez. So that's pretty dope before the main card starts. So you can catch it right there on the prelims. It's right there in the chat. Feel free to tap in. All right. So we're gonna move forward to the main card. So Frank Martin versus Jackson Marinez. We know it's a late replacement, but I think Marinez knew about this about 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. He been in training camp, and it's been a solid gym. He said solid undercard. Yeah, it is. So it's a late replacement, but I think both camps knew. So it ain't like it came out the week of the fight. You know what I'm saying? But I think these guys knew they had enough notice. But still, you still got to change your game plan. You know what I'm saying? Man, Michael in the building. He said, "Hello, salute to you, bro. What's good?" He said, "You know when the card starts?" Yeah, I do. This one right here is gonna start at 4 o'clock West Coast time on YouTube. You can catch it on Showtime, and then it's gonna switch over um, to Showtime, and what is it, 6 p.m. on the West Coast. So yes, sir. The other cards, you got the RCC boxing promotion. That's on right now. Go to their YouTube channel, RCC Boxing. The zones card is gonna start at 9. The prelims before the bell. That's on their YouTube channel, the Zone YouTube channel. Feel free to tap in. That's like at 9 o'clock West Coast. And then ProBox on their app is gonna start at 4 o'clock West Coast. So yeah, I got you on the times. Time starts. We good. But looking at this fight though, it's a pretty good fight though for the development of Frank Martin. He's the guy that everybody's talking about. They want to see him face, top guys at 135. They said it's just in Cuba. They know they throw late replacement. They're trying to throw you all. That's what I meant. Now, I think they're good though. I think these guys have been knowing. Only one that had like a crazy late was Rashidi Ellis, but he got some easy work. I'm feeling Figueroa stopping Castro. Castro, yeah, he big and strong. Yeah, we're gonna see. The Kurbanov Teixeira fight is on the yeah, it's on right now. The fight not on right now, but if you scroll up in my chat, Michael, it's the first link I dropped to RCC Boxing Promotion. They got 9 fights on the card. Right now they like at number 3. So you know what I'm saying, that's the link all the way up. So scroll up for me. Got you covered. Yes, sir. So breaking this down, like it's So the change of opponent, the styles and stuff, it's a little different. Jackson Marinez is a boxer trying to, he's more so of a boxer. And I won't say he's a counter puncher, even though he can, but he's a boxer. He ain't got big power and stuff like that. He's more so of a boxer, long and rangy, and trying to fight on the back foot and stuff like that. It's a difference because Ricardo Nunez is a I ain't gonna say he's a comfort fighter, but he's a power boxer. He said, "I appreciate it." Oh yeah, no doubt, yes sir. He's a power boxer. Nunez. He got big power, big punching power. So he can kind of slow down the pace of a fight. Marina is gonna be on the back foot, so you can see Frank Martin coming forward. So it's a different type of tactic to me, and he's longer and rangier than Ricardo Nunez. So it's a different whatever, but it's not switching from southpaw to righty. So that's a good thing for him, for Frank Martin. I mean, I like Frank Martin. I think he's an athletic, talented guy. Got a lot of skill set and still learning. He just started boxing not too long ago, and he got this a showcase for him. Really, they want to see where he at because he got an opportunity to move up in the ranks in the lightweight division. There's some good fights out there for him. But he's a southpaw, real skill. He kind of remind me of the Gary Russell brothers. You know what I'm saying? He got that type of style. You know what I'm saying? Fast hands, quick on the draw. He real nice with it. I like him. My boy Ali in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute. So he bring a lot of good skills to the table. He's trained by Derrick James, promoted by Earl Spence Jr. So he got a big backing. His fight with Nunez supposed to have been on the Charlo Selecki card on Juneteenth, but they got him right back in there. So that means they can pull some strings for him. So maybe they got something coming for him, depending how he looks. So this is a pretty good fight, though. You know what I'm saying? I can see it can be kind of a chess match. I can see it being a chess match. And let's see who's going to be the aggressive guy and who's going to beat the other one to the punch as a counter puncher. I think Frank Martin would be that guy. You know what I'm saying? Marinez is coming off a KO loss to Comey. So he's been out for a minute. That was like a year and some change. We know about the Rolly fight. I thought he outboxed Rolly. But yeah, this is another one. This is a good fight. This is a good fight. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. My man, the odd fella in the belly. What's good, bro? Salute. He said, morning, L Dub. Salute to you, bro. Good morning. Salute. He said, you feel like commentate the Kurbanov fight, my guy? Nah, well, I don't do commentating. I just let you know how to find the fights, you know what I'm saying, and break them down for you. But nah, that ain't me. But you can definitely find on the RCC Boxing YouTube channel, you know what I'm saying? Tap in. If you see me in the chat, you know what I'm saying, say what's up. Don't forget to hit the like. Yeah, I appreciate that, bro, for sure. So yeah, this is a pretty good fight though, for the development of Frank Martin. Pretty good name. I expect him to win the fight. Um, let me see. I'm gonna say decision. I'm gonna say it's gonna go the full distance. I think this Marinez kid is coming in with the idea of not to get stopped. And if you know what I'm saying, I don't think it's hard for boxers to employ a sparring partner mentality. If they don't want to get stopped, they're not gonna get stopped. So, and I think he's gonna try to win the fight as well. Like Frank Martin is inexperienced too. You know what I'm saying? So Marinez looking at it from his standpoint, shit. I've been in with better competition. Um, you know, I can outbox him. I can, he probably thinking like that, think coming to win. So we're gonna see. It's interesting though. It just lets you know they're trying to move Frank Martin a certain way. So that's what's up. And he got big fights. Maybe against Rolly, maybe against Pitbull Cruz. Some of these like Rayo. That's a fight that's been talked about. So yeah. All right, moving to the co-main. This is the WBC final eliminator at 126. You know what I'm saying? Both guys is coming off of losses, so y'all already know what time it is. But it's a pretty interesting fight, man. Both guys moving up from 22, but they big guys, 5'8", 5'7", something like that. So I don't think that's the weight gonna be, nothing crazy. Castro fought at 26 before. But the styles, you know what I'm saying? Figueroa is a aggressive, comfort, all action type of fighter. Switches stands and midstream, you know what I'm saying? Throw a lot of body punches, physical, solid, strong type of fighter. You know what I'm saying? He gonna keep coming at you. Got a hell of an engine. You know what I'm saying? So, and then he's facing Carlos Castro, who is a kind of a boxer puncher, like a sharp boxer puncher. He can box, but he also has fast enough hands to get you up off of him. So we're gonna see which style is gonna, overtake the others. You know, like I said, both guys coming off of losses. Figueroa loss was both losses was competitive. He lost to Stephen Fortson, unify the titles at 22. That fight was a close fight, man. Like I thought Fortson edged it out, but he didn't really dominate that fight, like people be saying. That fight could have went either way, really. It depends what it was a close ass fight. You know what I'm saying? And Figueroa, the best thing about him, he makes you fight his fight. So no matter how good your ring IQ is, you know what I'm saying? Fortunately, I feel like he got a good ring IQ. That's what they tell me. But he was fighting Figueroa's fight. And then we seen the fight right after that. He fought his fight against Dan Ramon. I'm like, why you couldn't do that against Figueroa? You would have made the fight easier. Well, I look at it now, it's because Figueroa make you fight his fight. That's how long and rangy and awkward he is, and he can just get on top of you, and you don't got no choice but to fight. I think it's gonna look like that in this fight because Castro, what I'm saying, he got to deter you. And he can box and everything. He probably got the better skills in this fight. Good boxer, fast hands, like I said, can go up and down. Um, he got decent pop, even though his resume don't indicate that. He got decent pop. He can hurt guys. You know what I'm saying? He said, "Yeah, that fight was definitely close. Yeah, it was. Um, I like Cool Boy, but that fight was close. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that fight was hella close. But Castro said this is the thing for me. What is he going? Well, I think he going to be fighting Figueroa fight. You know what I'm saying? Is can he let some shots off in the middle of that shit Figueroa is doing? That's gonna be the key to the fight for me. If he can't do it consistently, he gonna get overwhelmed. He may get stopped, or he may just lose a decision like that. But if he can, and some of those punch, like I said, these guys moving up to 26. The last time Figueroa fought a guy at 26, Seha, he missed weight. Seha was like 120. Well, he came in like 4 pounds overweight. You know what I'm saying? Figueroa's struggling that fight. You know what I'm saying? So it's some good questions to answer. We're gonna see. But I like Figueroa in this fight. You know what I'm saying? Castro coming off a loss to Neri, but I think he got back in the fight after he got dropped in the first round. He got back in the fight. But I thought he was using the wrong tactics in that fight. He was trying to outbox Neri and stuff like that instead of kind of picking up the pace and making Neri fight and dig into the body. I thought he could have exposed that, after Neri was coming off a knockout loss to the body to Figueroa. So, yeah, I think both guys got a lot to prove, though. I think it's going to be a pretty good fight, though. Lala D in the building. What's good with you? Salute. Salute. So I think it's going to be a pretty good fight. We'll see, though. But I like Figueroa, though. I think I'm gonna say because both guys is red. I'm gonna say decision. Maybe I don't know. Maybe late stoppage for Figueroa. We're gonna see. Who has a tougher fight on their hands, Carissa or Alicia? Alicia. Alicia got the tougher fight. She got the tougher fight. Mayor is more dimensional than Savannah Marshall. Savannah Marshall can't really fight on the inside. She gonna be holding and clinching when she fight Carissa. But Mayor can box. She's long and she a little rangy if she want to do that, but she's coming to fight. So Alicia, she gonna use her footwork, her counter punching ability. She can take advantage of Mayor when she always have her left guard down, so she can time that and hit her with that right hand, similar to what she did to Terry Harper. But I think she got the harder fight, definitely, and she didn't want this fight either. So that can kind of make it hard too. When you ain't really want this right now, because we all know she didn't want it. So yeah, I think Carissa gonna have a hell of a. I think she's gonna have an easier time than what a lot of people think. But y'all gonna see. September 10th, that's gonna be a hell of a card. Carissa gonna destroy her. I think she's gonna beat her up. I think she's gonna be tentative early because of the power, and but she's not gonna lose those rounds. She's just gonna be kind of tentative, taking her chance, her opportunity. I think Savannah gonna start off on the front foot, but she's gonna be missing. and then Carissa gonna land like she can she know how to win rounds. But as the fight pick up, I see Carissa kind of changing the tide, pushing her back. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna see. Carissa smart. She's gonna be waiting for the holding, trying to tire her out. Like I said, Carissa smart at the distance. Yeah, I mean, I think Savannah gonna be holding because she ain't gonna be able to deal with the speed and the defense. She gonna start holding, and I think she gonna be trying to look for one shot. Now, I know when they fought in the amateur, she was boxing more, moving around the ring and using her jab. Now she want to sit down with a faster opponent, a faster, better, more skilled opponent. So you really leave yourself like in no man's land because her feet is planted. So Carissa can get in and out, get combinations in and out. The only thing is she can't get hit pulling back or getting out of the pocket. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe, like, if somebody telling me somebody can punch and they're a big puncher, I'm gonna believe it. So I'm gonna they should treat it accordingly. So don't get hit with none of that shit. Who calls Shields an underdog? I haven't seen it though. I seen it, but I haven't seen it on the sports books I be on. So maybe I need somebody to give me that shit so I can go ahead. You know what I'm saying? I ain't seen it though. The number one ground in the building. What's good with you, bro? He said exactly. I haven't seen it. I need to see that. UK judging a mad suspect. It is. It is. It's gonna. I think it's gonna be a slow pace too. But we're gonna see. All right. So moving on to the main event. So this is an interesting fight as well. It got a potential to be a fight of the year type of fight too, because both guys like to fight. I know Ray Vargas. He's a taller, longer range hair guy. You know what I'm saying? 5'10", and have some shit like that. He used to fight at 22 when he was a champion there. He had 5 title defenses. And a lot of people really ain't on Ray Vargas like that. Ray Vargas as a champion, that shit was kind of he was like a guy that was if he would have stayed in the division, he was like the weakest guy there to me. Like he was a champion, but he didn't never really impress me in a lot of his fights. He was one of those guys that I felt like underperformed. And although he is a good boxer and stuff like that, and he liked to fight. Don't get it twisted. People say, "Oh, well, he gonna outbox my man, or we're gonna outbox Magsayo." He trying to fight. Like you go look at his fights, he's trying to fight. Now he win a lot of those fights with his range, but he's not really moving like that. He's just kind of throwing the jab all 1-2, and he always try to land a hard body shot, right hand to the body. But he got some vulnerabilities as well. But I think he's a good veteran fighter. You know what I'm saying? You look at his resume, he got 22 knockouts, but he haven't had a knockout in 6 years, and that's when he started to step up competition. You know what I'm saying? Fighting Ronnie Rios, that was a good fight, competitive. He beat him. He got a good resume too as a champion at 122. You know what I'm saying? You got Ronnie Rios, you got Zach Ovanesian. That was another good fight for him. He fought Franklin Manzanella. That was a guy from Venezuela who was a tough, rugged, big punching guy. He beat him. Um, Kameda, that was another good win for him. But all those fights was close. Like like I said, like don't go straight to box rec and look at the score and say, "Oh shit, 118, 110. God damn, he dominated." No, those fights was competitive, bro. My man Ali in the chat, yo, we used to talk about this shit all the time. How this guy Vargas don't really look that good after he probably. I think at the time we used to be like he like the weakest champion at the time. You know what I'm saying? And he can make it. But the thing about Vargas, he come to fight, but he know how to win ugly fights as well. So if it's like a headbutt fest or it's a holding fest, he know how to win those fights. He don't really get frustrated. He'll just dig down and win the fight. You know what I'm saying? Getting out working guys. So that's something he brings to the table, that experience. If he uses his height and reach and jab like he normally keeping that stick in Magsayo's face, it's gonna be a long night for Magsayo. You know what I'm saying? And if he can get out the way of Magsayo's shots and his explosive ability, he had a good chance to win the fight. The odds is real close. They got a dead even basically. So it's a fight Ray Vargas can win. It's just a fight that I'm picking Magsayo. I like Magsayo in the fight. I think Magsayo actually gonna win by knockout. And there's a couple of reasons why. Because I see, I think he can. He's quicker to the punch than Ray Vargas. I see Ray Vargas get hit with the overhand right, left hook. He's been dropped too, as well as Magsayo. So I think he's the bigger puncher. He's gonna be the bigger guy. He probably be in the ring tonight, 140 plus, 145. So he's gonna be the bigger, stronger, younger, faster guy. It's just, can he execute? You know what I'm saying? Can he get to the mark? I think the thing that's going to hurt Magsayo is he going to be waiting for one punch at a time, or is he going to run shots together, set stuff up, do a lot of good things in the ring that can get him to that knockout? You know what I'm saying? I know he's going to be looking for it. He said, I'm torn between Vargas, Magsayo. That's a close fight. I got Vargas by decision, but damn, Magsayo is huge at 126. I got a damn good hook. He got good hook, good right hand too. Yeah, I'm with you, TJ. That is a close fight, man. Super underrated because Carissa is that good. Sometimes people suck. Give Carissa her props. Yeah, it's because they don't like her. Bruce Gas in the building. What's good with you, bro? He said the odds dead even. There you go. Maxayo by KO. Ooh, that might be good. I'm going with that one anyway. But it's just we're gonna see, can he get to that though? You know what I'm saying? Some things on Mark Magsayo. I know he coming out the win against Garrett Russell. I actually thought he won the first 3 rounds against Garrett Russell easy. I thought he won the easy, but then the fight changed when Garrett Russell hurt his shoulder, and I felt like Garrett Russell got back in the fight. I scored it a draw. You know what I'm saying? I thought Garrett Russell. So from round 3, I basically gave him 6 out of the 9, the remaining rounds. I thought Magsayo closed out the 12th round pretty strong to kind of leave a lasting impression in the judges' minds. But the fight changed. So I know people saying, well, he went 12 rounds with a one-handed guy. That's not just one-handed guy. That's a crafty veteran Olympian champion that been champion for a long time that know how to win fights. Like that's a difference. You gotta throw, like I said, you gotta throw in context. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to say, well, he ain't do so well versus a one-handed guy. Shit, now a lot of guys can do well against that either. You know what I'm saying? Now that lets you know what his ring IQ maybe at, and him cutting out the ring and stuff like that. All he had to do was throw like a 4-punch combination every time he jump in, because Gary wouldn't be able to defend that. But then you got a slick fighter, fast. You know what I'm saying? He was slowing everything down with the left hand that he was throwing. So it's tricky. Like it's easy to say that shit from the outside looking in, but when you in there with a guy, a good ring general like Gary Russell, who every time at the end of the round he was at his end of the corner. You know what I'm saying? So he only had to take 2 steps to go to his to take a seat. You know what I'm saying, to get ready for the round, the in between round. Magsayo had to walk all the way across the ring. He was doing that every round after he hurt his shoulder. That's ring generalship. That making the young man take a walk. Take a walk. I'm right here. I'm at my corner, but you got to take a walk. So it was a lot of subtle stuff that Gary Russell was doing. So that's why I didn't even watch this fight to prepare for this breakdown. It's a whole different beast. You feel me? But I remember about that fight, the first 3 rounds, he had Gary Russell's timing down. He was hitting him with some good short uppercuts too. And you know what I'm saying? He was timing Gary Russell. So every time Gary Russell jumped in, he'll hit him with an uppercut, hit him with a body shot. So he was kind of keeping him honest. And then the fight changed when Gary got hurt. So yeah, bro. It's it's a different fight though, because Ray Vargas is gonna actually be a little bit more aggressive than Garrett Russell was. He's gonna be a little bit more aggressive. It's gonna give Magsayo opportunities. I got Magsayo by KO, like 7 or 8. But we're gonna see. I seen Magsayo against in the Seha fight where he hurt Seha early, but then Seha got back in the fight by being a dog and going to the body and pushing him back. He even dropped him in the 5th round of that fight, but then he got stopped late. Do Ray Vargas got that in him? I mean, I think Ray Vargas is gonna throw a lot of punches, but he throwing punches from range. He ain't really trying to You know what I'm saying? Get that, inside game. He throwing a lot of wide shots, looping shots from range, digging to the body, throwing jabs. And that kind of hurt him too because Magsayo is quick enough and explosive enough to beat him to the punch. So it's interesting though. That's why the fight's so close. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's so close. He said Vargas' chin is not the best. Not sure if it holds up. Yeah, that's another thing. That's another thing. He should learn. He should have learned something from that Garrett Russell fight, though. You know what I'm saying? So that may can take some of that green off of him. Carissa's an underdog on bets. I ain't seen it, yo. I ain't seen that shit yet. If I see that, yo, listen, we going, yeah, we gonna get it in. Magsayo by KO, in my opinion. What's up, Teach? Salute. Hyphen in the building. I scored Russell versus Magsayo a draw too. Yeah, I had a draw. I thought Gary Russell was doing a hell of a job though. Hell of a job. He said salute L Dub. Salute, bro. He said I put Lala said I put something on that too. Yeah, for sure. I need to see those odds. I got Vargas by decision. Y'all can cook me if I'm wrong. No, it's all good though. It's a 50-50 fight, you know what I'm saying? So he can win the fight for sure. I just want to see. Magsayo about to have those flames on his shorts like Pacquiao back in the day. Pacquiao had on the no fear shorts with the flame. He about to reincarnate. He said 5'10" is a good height. Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah. Yeah. He don't really use it per se. He like to fight at range, but he ain't. I don't know. I don't know how I'm trying to put this. He uses this. Let me take that back. He uses it, but it ain't like what you think how he should use it. Because he trying to fight. He trying to get in and fight with you. He ain't really using no lateral movement. You know what I'm saying? I seen him get clipped a lot in fights. If you take the count before judging criteria, Gary checked the boxes and beat Magsayo. I thought he was down those 3 rounds. Yeah, he used good range generalship. You know what I'm saying? Clean effective punching, maybe effective aggression. I don't know about effective aggression. Clean effective punching. That's the same thing. And I mean, maybe you can score too. I thought the fight was close. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't really tripping when people were saying Gary won the fight, so I ain't mad at that. I thought that, like I said, once he got hurt, the whole tenor of the fight changed. Like now, he made Magsayo be the aggressive guy, and he was able to counter him with that left hand. That was some good ass shit. You know what I'm saying? That was one of the best performances this year. Real talk. You don't really have to have a crazy dominant performance to have a good performance. It depends how you look at it. He fought the whole 9 rounds with a messed up shoulder, and he was taking dude to school too. That 68 arm reach reduced to 66 because the other guy's height. Yeah, we're gonna see. He don't really use it like that though, but I feel you. Um, I'd be risky and pick Vargas. Yeah, I mean this fight is so close. You really can't go too wrong. It just you gotta nitpick and look at some of the fights. Ray Vargas. He fought a guy named Kameda who was kind of similar to Magsayo, not as explosive, but similar. And he was hitting Ray Vargas with some nice looping right hands, and he buzzed him a couple times. So if you trade that in and say, okay, give me Magsayo landing those right hands against Vargas, um, shit, it may be a different story. We're gonna see if he can take it. That's a good point. If he can take the power, this the biggest and biggest. This the biggest guy and the biggest puncher that Ray Vargas has fought. You know what I'm saying? So it's it can go either way though. He don't consistently use it. Yeah, he don't really use the jab. He want to fight, man. Ray Vargas want to fight. He ain't really trying to look cute. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna get him. I'm telling you, I think he gonna sit there because sometimes he'll throw like a 3 punch combination and then his head straight up in the air, and you step with him, land a hook or something like that. Maybe you can catch him, especially pulling back. He do that a lot. I love Gary's style. I want Gary Antoine to adopt a little bit more of his brother's style. Yeah, yeah, because he kind of dipped down and kind of he be right there for uppercuts and he's more aggressive. You know, Frank Martin remind me of Gary Russell, Junior. You know what I'm saying, the older one. So you're gonna see him tonight. I mean, KD, what's up, bro? He said, who you rolling with, L Dub? I got Magsayo. I got Magsayo by KO. Yeah, Magsayo by KO. I see something. Like Mikey said, I see something. Now, I think it's gonna be a pretty good fight, though. He can outwork Magsayo for sure. Because Magsayo sometimes he kind of be waiting for that one big shot. Yes, sir. Said, okay, thank you. Yeah, he be waiting on that one big shot sometimes, and that can get him in trouble if Ray Vargas is active and getting that jab popping. I can see Ray Vargas winning, but I feel like it's some fights that I've seen him get clipped in. I think Maxayo can do similar shit because he get clipped with the same punches over and over and against different styles of fights. So yeah, so that's what it is though. I'm about to close it down. Feel free to drop any questions though before I roll out though. But I'm gonna recap real quick of today's fights. Like I said, it's some fights going down right now. A lot of D laughing. It's a fight. It's a card going down right now that you guys can check out for sure on YouTube. So yeah, I'm about to recap it real quick though. But we got so this one right here, Kurbanov. This is in Russia. Kurbanov versus Teixeira. Let me put the subtitles up there for you. This at 154 pounds. You know, they going down in Russia. Um, it's live right there. They like at the third or fourth fight. You know what I'm saying? It's 9 fights on the card. So, you know what I'm saying? Feel free to tap in. I want to drop the link in the chat just in case anybody want to go to it. But this fight, you know, if it wasn't for the Russian sanctions from Kurbanov, like he could be fighting for a world title. Him and Tim Tszyu was like they was like 1 and number 2 in the WBO. So it was the WBO was picking between him or Tim Tszyu to be the mandatory. They picked Tim Tszyu. So that lets you know how important this fight is because Tim Tszyu about to get Jamel Charlo. You know what I'm saying? So um, it's gonna be a good one. You know what I'm saying? Teixeira is a former world champion. He lost his belt to Castano. You know what I'm saying? So these guys in this division are fighting each other. And that's dope. That what makes the division tight. Even though we got Mel Charlo as the undisputed champion, it's still good to have the guys up under him to have a fight. You know what I'm saying? Or to fight each other. So that's what it is. And then this card right here, this on the zone. It's about to start in a few, like 9 o'clock my time. I'm gonna drop the link for that too, but they're gonna have the undercard on the YouTube channel, the Zone YouTube channel. Feel free to tap in. Then it's gonna go over to the Zone for the main card. You got a couple of changes right here in this on this fight card. Worley got a new opponent, late replacement, so he got some easy work coming. But he's a good heavyweight prospect, so tap in with him. And then Phyllis Cash versus Vargas. That fight was called off because Cash got he got sick or something like that. So that fight was called off. So yeah, feel free to tap in. The link is in the chat. You know what I'm saying? You can definitely tap in with that. Let me see. Go back to the comments real quick. I really enjoyed Jamel versus Castano. It was so action packed. Yeah, it was. That was a hell of a fight. That was a hell of a fight. I thought it was even after 6. Then Charlo, he just took over. And the way Castano went down, yeah, he crumbled a little bit. Like he crumbled with that left hook. But yeah, Charlo, like he broke him down. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. Matt Renoff versus Soro. Yeah, that's a good rematch. Yep, that's for the WBA final eliminator. Yes, sir. That's a good fight. You know what I'm saying? I like Matt Renoff in that fight. Then you got Pulev and Chisora running back. So yeah, you can catch that on the zone, yo, for sure. So make sure you guys tap in if you're interested. Where we at? So we got ProBox TV. So this card right here, it's on that app. You know what I'm saying? It's like $199 a month. It's gonna start at 4 o'clock West Coast, 7 East Coast. Feel free to tap in. Cesar Francis versus Ray Beltran. So he got some good fighters on the card too. Brandon Glanton, he had that Fighter of the Year candidate last year. He's a cruiserweight. He nice with it. So yeah, check him out. And then we just talked about this card right here. Mark Magsayo versus Ray Vargas. You know what I'm saying? I like the undercard, real good. It's gonna start on Showtime YouTube channel at 4 o'clock. So tap in with that. I'm gonna drop the link in the chat for that one too. Rashidi Ellis, you're gonna see him on the card. You know what I'm saying? We haven't seen him in a while, but he's back. He got a late replacement opponent, but it's all good. It's just to keep him active, get him active, and you know what I'm saying, they're gonna have something for him down the line for sure. Because they had to find a late replacement last second. So it's good to see him. I like Rashidi Ellis. If you guys not familiar, he nice with it. Young, welterweight, fast hands, good boxing skills. He been in a lot of training camps with Canelo. Like he nice with it. He just haven't really had the opportunity like that because he was with Golden Boy. But this would be a start of something, something real good. So you got that fight, then you got this one too, Cardenas versus Banquez. That's on that YouTube portion. It's gonna move over to Showtime at 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock East Coast. Frank Martin versus Jasper Renez. That's a good fight. There's another one, Figueroa versus Castro, and then the main event. So yeah, a lot of boxing today. You know what I'm saying? A lot of boxing. So that's what it is. Let me see. What about I say? One time, can you give your opinion on Regis' situation? I like Rigor. Regis Prograde. So his situation, it's kind of self-inflicted a little bit because he was with. I ain't telling nobody who to sign with, but if you look at, everybody want to talk about size of the street when it fit their talking point. So we can talk about it on this one. Regis was with PBC. You know what I'm saying? He fought on Tank Davis undercard versus Leo. So he was right there in position. You know what I'm saying? If your first fight coming off a loss to Josh Taylor, which was highly competitive, it was a hell of a fight, they put him on a pay-per-view spot. You know what I'm saying? So that tells me they're going to do something with him. He left. You know what I'm saying? He went to Triller. He fought Red Cash. Then he went to Pro Bellum. He fought a title eliminator. So I'm not mad at who he signed with. My thing is you can't say, well, how I'm not getting these title shots when you was in position to get one. Now if you look at it, you fast forward, Josh Taylor vacated 2 titles, the WBA and WBC. All right. And then you got the IBF interim title about to go down. 3 of those titles is about to be vacant or up for grabs. 3 of those guys are PBC fighters. So you can't sit here and say, well, if Regis would have stayed, he wouldn't have been one of those 3 guys. You got Alberto Playo versus Bakhtiyar Akhmadev. They're gonna fight. They both PBC guys. They're gonna fight for the WBA vacant title on AB's undercard versus Omar Figueroa, August the 20th. So you got those 2. Then you got Sabrina Matisse. He's fighting for the IBF interim title versus Jeremiah Ponce. You know what I'm saying? They're still trying to work that out. They're in negotiations right now. But Regis is ranked in all 4 sanctioning bodies. So you mean to tell me if he wouldn't have stayed with them, he wouldn't have had an opportunity at a vacant title? So to me, it's more so self-inflicted. Now, looking on the bright side, Regis won the WBC eliminator in March. You know what I'm saying? So if you look at it and you understand what goes on in the rankings and the sanction bodies, when you win a vacant WBC title, you gotta have 2 mandatory title defenses right after that. You remember Mel Charlo when he won a vacant title from Jackson? He had to face Charles Hadley, mandatory. Then he had to face Lubin, mandatory. Same thing with Sean Porter. He won a vacant title against Danny Garcia. He had to go right into that fight to face Ugas. And then the reason why he fought Spence is because they was pushing for that unification. But he had a mandatory too. Danny Garcia won the title eliminator versus Granados like the month after they fought in 2019. So Regis is still in line because he's number 3 in the WBC. So just because he ain't got it this fight right here, he's still in position. In the WBA, now they did some fugazi stuff. If you look at it, he probably should have got that based off what he did and who's the better fighter. But in the WBA, they picked Pulev and Aquadev because they won title eliminators. You know what I'm saying? One of them was an interim champion, Pulev, and the other one, he won the eliminator. You know what I'm saying? Regis didn't win no eliminator in the WBA. So really, he's not getting done wrong. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. And then going back to the WBC situation, I know Josh Taylor vacated. They ordered Zepeda versus Ramirez to run it back. Them guys got the same manager. It's no guarantee that they're gonna even accept the fight. So to me, that woe is me shit, yo, I kind of laughed at it. Because to me, either he don't really know the business of boxing like that, or somebody ain't really schooling him or something like that, or like, I don't know. I won't fall for it as a boxing fan. I've seen that shit. Yeah, I started laughing. I was like, shit, stay with the PBC. That's why I said. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't blaming the Pro Bellum shit, the Kinahan shit. I'm not blaming that because Pro Bellum got a lawsuit on people who slandering their name because they separated. They trying to separate from the Kinahan situation. So I'm not blaming that shit. I'm blaming him. He was in position. He was in position. Look, he missed weight. He missed weight versus in his PBC debut. He missed weight. You know what I'm saying? All those guys, like, if you miss weight on your debut, you think they thinking, man, you know what? We gonna, let's give him another chance. They probably like, shit, I don't know, bro. Give me another fight. What he do? He go fight Red Cash, and he didn't make the 140 pound weight limit anyway. They fought a catch weight. So I don't know, man. I ain't the one to be woe is me and oh yeah, Regis, man, doing him dirty. Nah, bro. Nah. It's because y'all only say or people will say he's getting done dirty because they don't understand the politics of what's going on at 140. That's why they say that. Now, when he won his title eliminator in March, I was thinking that he was going to get Zepeda next for the vacant title because they fought on the same day. Mauricio Suleiman, the WBC president, was in Dubai. He put the medal around his neck. You feel me? So, excuse me. At the time, he was openly saying Daniel Kinahan is a good guy. He this, that, and the third. Then a month later, all that shit ceased because so the U.S. government on his head. So, don't feel bad for Regis Prograde, bro. He know what it was. You know what I'm saying? He probably got some wrong advice, and he was like, "Let me go to Triller get this bag." I'm not even sure. Did he even get paid for that fight against Red Cash? So, yeah, man. Listen. I ain't giving no sympathy for dudes because these guys been in the game for a minute. You know what I'm saying? He ain't fought no eliminator. Well, he fought one eliminator since he lost to Josh Taylor. But everything else, it was about getting the bag. Now he was at a good. I feel like he was at a good situation on PBC. If they put you on a pay per view, your debut fight, that means they got something for you. Now I know Barrios said he couldn't make 40. Then he came back and fought Tank at 40. Mikey Garcia was playing Ring Around the Roses with him. The fight was done and Mikey pulled out and all types of shit. So I get those 2 points. He ain't the most sought after fighter. You know what I'm saying? I get that. But to say they did him dirty because there's 2 vacant titles that he's not gonna fight for, that's on him, in my opinion, and his team. So yeah, long winded, but yeah, that's my thoughts. He said Ellis want boots. I think I got boots, but would love to see. Yeah, that's a good fight. Ooh, that'd be some athletic shit going on right there. Ray Beltran popped out the woods. I'm glad he granted a U.S. citizenship. Yeah, he had like 2 or 3 fights, recently. Regis said PBC gave him a broken promise. He claimed he was verbally guaranteed a big fight. But I'm saying that shit was during COVID. I think he still could have got that. Like for me, I don't know. I see these. I look at these guys like Carlos Castro, Brandon Figueroa. They about to fight for a WC eliminator. Fundora. How many fights he done had? You know what I'm saying? Pitbull Cruz, like, excuse me, Eduardo Ramirez, like, bro, you gotta put in a little bit of work. Like, be patient. Now look what happened. Look what happened now. Now people want to have sympathy for him. Not me though. OTB boxing class in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute. He said the politics has nothing to do with the fact WC owed him a title shot. Right. But then Jose Ramirez versus Pedraza was the final eliminator too. So who comes first? You know what I'm saying? So Jose Ramirez won his WC eliminator versus Pedraza in February. He was number 2. Regis won his in March. He was number 3. Zepeda number 1. He been mandatory since Baranchik. So are we really are they really doing him dirty? 1 versus 2? Even going back like back in the day, people don't talk about this shit though. Back in 2018, when Regis was number 2, Miramon was number 1. I think Victor Posto was number 3. Jose Ramirez was number 4. Now they did some shit. Don King and Bob Arum did some shit, and where they had a tournament. Number 1, Amon versus number 4, Jose Ramirez. It should have been 1 versus 2. Amon versus Regis. They switched that shit up. So they did a tournament. So 2 versus 3, which is Regis versus Poster. Poster pulled out. You got Ndongo. He stopped Ndongo in 2 rounds. We got it. And then we had the fight where Miramon versus Jose Ramirez for the title. So after that, Regis was supposed to fight the winner. What'd he do? He didn't want to go to Fresno and fight. So Top Rank was like, all right, cool. You don't want to do that. We can build up the fight. They gave him a fight in New Orleans. On ESPN. Y'all remember that shit? He fought Juan Velasco. Like we can the memory is crazy. He fought Velasco, you know what I'm saying, on ESPN. Why would they give him that opportunity to face Velasco on ESPN when they don't got no promotional ties to him? Why? Because they try to build up the fight with him and Jose Ramirez because he didn't want to go to Fresno. Then what happened after that? You got Jose Ramirez. He was scheduled to face Danny O'Connor, who is a southpaw. Why the hell he fighting a southpaw for? You can fight anybody. That fight pulled out. My man couldn't make weight or something. He fought Antonio Orozco. All right, whatever. Moves on. What did Regis do after that fight? Top Rank gave him? He went to the World Boxing Super Series. Am I mad at him for doing that? No, because we had some great fights. He became world champion in that tournament, and he fought Josh Taylor, which is one of the biggest fights at the time to have. So to say Shabbat is doing him dirty and he making political moves on his own to benefit his career that he thought at the time that would benefit, then who's really to blame? Jose Ramirez didn't enter the tournament and still came out as a unified champion at the end of the day because Hooker didn't enter the tournament. You know what I'm saying? So when they knew Josh Taylor, Ramirez, Regis Prograis entered the tournament, you know what I'm saying? What Top Rank do? You know what I'm saying? They talked to Jose Ramirez, Mo Hooker, who signed with the DAZN, like, listen, we can make this fight. And what ended up happening? They both had in between fights and they fought each other right after that. So who really losing out? Jose Ramirez didn't lose out. He got the big fight. He got the unification, and he fought for undisputed. Regis, he got his title against my man, Relic. Then he fought Josh Taylor, you know what I'm saying, for 2 belts. Big-ass fight. So he chose that path. You know what I'm saying? He had an opportunity to fight for the WBC in 2018. He went to World Boxing Super Series. Cool. But other people would say, well, Top Rank, or they ducked him. That shit ain't true, yo. Like, we just looking at the headline of the shit. We ain't digging and looking at him getting that fight on ESPN in New Orleans. Why are they gonna do that for him? Anybody in the chat can answer that question for me. Why would Top Rank give a Lou DiBella fighter at the time, Regis Prograis, a main event fight on the ESPN platform? Come on. But that's why I'm here to make sure everybody on point with that shit. If y'all want it though, because sometimes I just stay in my own lane. In this area, you have to align yourself. Yeah, for sure. They know that he know that. Regis been around for a minute. He know that. Oh yeah, no doubt, Lala, no doubt. Long winded, but I got you. Remember, it shouldn't be fighting for the belt. I understand PBC has the ability to help, but he shouldn't have impact on the opportunity. I mean, you can say that, but look at what. So who can deserve it more? You had a guy that just fought in the undisputed fight, uh, Regis, or not Regis, but Ramirez and Taylor. That was a close fight to me. I thought the knockdowns was the difference, maybe 1 or 2 rounds. But I thought Taylor won the fight, but that was a good competitive fight that you could say you could run it back. So he don't really, just because he lost his titles, that don't mean he should drop off the picture. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Regis. He lost his title. I didn't feel like he dropped off the picture. But what did he do to get himself in position after that? Ivan Redcash won Heraldez. But now he fights an eliminator with Jose Suleiman in the building, put the medal around his neck. So I'm thinking he getting it first too. But then again, you got Jose Ramirez, he won an eliminator too. So which one is for which one eliminator? And at the end of the day, if you win a vacant WBC title, you gotta have 2 mandatories back to back. So is Regis really getting done wrong? Like, is he really getting done wrong? He went to the World Boxing Super Series and didn't want to fight Jose Ramirez at the time. I ain't say he ducking. He didn't. He just didn't want to take that fight. He fought on the platform, but he went to go to the World Boxing Super Series. Am I blaming him from that? No, because he gave us good performances in that World Boxing Super Series, and that fight with Josh Taylor was 1 versus 2. So not mad at that. But I can't say the WBC doing him dirty if they got Jose Ramirez placed above him, and he had a good fight with Josh Taylor too. So both guys is right there. It all depends on how their teams is moving and what they're trying to do. But I think he's still in good position. It's just it may take a fight or two to get there, but he's right there. I don't understand the shit. If other teams is better than yours and getting you ahead of the game, how can you knock them? You can't. You just gotta get your team on point. That's how I see it. Joseph Brown in the building. What's good with you, bro? Yes, I understand. I remember that. Oh yeah, no doubt. Appreciate you, bro. I said I forgot about the Velasquez fight. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Bro. I'm not being no woe is me to no Regis, yo. Like I'm not. I like him though. I met dude. He cool as hell though. I ain't gonna lie. But I ain't gonna just because we dapped each other up and shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna come on here and just say, man, my man deserve an opportunity. I think he do. I think he one of the best fighters without a belt right now. I'm with that. But I ain't going crazy though. You know what I'm saying? And like my man just said, his time gonna come. I think he gonna get a shot, bro. You know what I'm saying? He gonna get a shot. Some way, somehow, he gonna get an opportunity. It's up to what his team gonna do. You know what I'm saying? So I think, like I said, with the vacant, when you win a vacant title, I think it's coming. You know what I'm saying? You win a vacant WBC, you got to take 2 mandatories after that. He said that Regis can have a tick over while he waits. That's what I'm saying. Why he can't fight? Like he can fight. I know. I will say this: he had a fight coming up in August on Triller. You know what I'm saying? But Triller ain't paying nobody. So that's some shit behind the scenes. Probably nobody was on that. But he was supposed to fight in August. You know what I'm saying? And shit. I don't know, man. I think Regis, like I said, I think he's still right there in the mix. You know what I'm saying? He right there in the mix. We'll see. So I can't feel sorry for him. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I can't feel sorry for him. But I think when he gets opportunity, I still think he's the best in that division. I would take away Josh Taylor. Excuse me. And I think he's better than Calderon. I think he can beat all those other guys. Zapata, Ramirez. Pedraza, Teofimo coming up. I pick Regis. I think him and Josh Taylor is still a 50-50 fight, depending how the tactics go. So I would give Josh Taylor the edge right now. But I think Regis beat everybody else. We just gotta see. He's gonna be mandatory for Ramirez and Taylor fight if they sign. That's if they sign, because they got the same managers. You know what I'm saying? They just they got so Jose Ramirez. He been with his manager Rick, but I can't. I don't know his last name, but Rick. They've been together since he turned pro. You know what I'm saying? So that's his guy, Jose Ramirez. Now he's starting to branch off and get other fighters. He got Joshua Franco. I'm not sure if he got Bam, but he got a lot of guys at Robert Garcia stable. He just signed Jose Zepeda. You know what I'm saying? So both guys is with top rank. So it's not like that'd be a hard fight to make. Now, to me it's like a conflict of interest in a way, because there you negotiate against yourself. So you know what I'm saying? So it's like he can go top rank and ask for more money for both guys, but both guys, it's like who you in the best interest of? Because you've been with this guy for 15 years and you just signed me 2 months ago. So you know what I'm saying? Are they really gonna go down that route? Here's another kick. Here's another gem for you. Jose Ramirez, he petitioned to the WBO to get a higher ranking because they had Teofimo came in at number 2. Him and Jack Catterall protested that shit. You know what I'm saying? So they had Ramirez at number 4. They flip flopped it. He won the protest. Now he's number 2 in the WBO for Lil. So if the title become vacant, it's Jose Ramirez versus Leon Paro. So they still got that option. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it's a wait and see situation. It still could be Regis versus Zepeda. You know what I'm saying? It's just the WC order that. The WC be ordering shit without talking to people. They just order shit. Like they ordered Ryan Garcia versus Pitbull Cruz when Pitbull Cruz was already scheduled to come on the fight on the PBC pay-per-view. So if they was to talk to them and say, listen, what y'all got planned before we order this shit? So they just be willy-nilly ordering shit. You know what I'm saying? They don't know what's going on. Or Shaqy Foster, he got a fight ordered. Man, PBC went a different direction with that fighter. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy. So what I'm saying, it's still a chance for my man to get a WBC title eliminator. So I want say they doing him wrong and this and that and the third because he's still in position. If they would have took his ranking and threw that shit in the trash, then I'd be like, all right. I really wanted Tank to get a Rigorua fight. He wanted, but I understand Tank wants to stay at 35. Yeah, that'd been a hell of a fight. That'd been a hell of a fight. The Skywalker in the building. What's good with you, bro? He said, I think he's the best at 142. Him and Tio is a big fight if they can build it right. Yeah, it's a big fight. Clarence McClain in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute. He said, good for him. They shouldn't have had to do that because sanctioned bodies for they are. No, they are. I will say that they are, but I mean, hey, you gotta play the game. I'm a big believer. Like we don't really need them, to be honest, but they must got some type of stronghold on the sanction. The sanction bodies got a stronghold over the fighters and the promoters because they can go do their own shit. You know what I'm saying? Ramirez cried when the rankings hit. Yeah, he did. That's what I'm saying. So it was kind of shocking to me that they didn't order Zepeda versus Regis. I'm not even gonna lie, especially after Mauricio personally flew to Dubai and put that medal around his neck when he beat McKenna in March. And then with my man protesting the WBO, man, stay tuned for that. Some shit can happen though. They fuck around and Jose Ramirez may fight somebody else. 9-point petition. Yeah, they in that petition, him and Jack Catterall. But Jack Catterall gonna get the rematch with Josh Taylor sometime in November. I'm really hoping Gary Antoine rules 140. But we gotta see. His fight with Rancis is a WBC eliminator. You know what I'm saying? So this shit is crazy, yo. So think about this shit. Remember, I told you guys, and we all know this. This is a reminder. You know what I'm saying? I ain't better than nobody, but I just want to remind people. Uh, the WBC, if you win a vacant title, you're supposed to have two mandatories back to back. They be trying to enforce that bullshit. So sometimes it happened, sometimes it didn't. With Jamel Charlo, it happened. So then peep game. If they do fight for the vacant title, Ramirez versus Zepeda, then the first mandatory is Regis Prograis. Second mandatory, Gary Antoine Russell. You know what I'm saying? Because we all got him picked to beat Rancis. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Rancis gonna have enough value and he gonna be looking to survive. This is my opinion. We're gonna see. So imagine that. You got two mandatories back. Somebody gonna vacate some shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I feel like these guys, they still in position. It's kind of a good thing that Regis actually came out the way he did. Then you got his supporters coming out saying, "Oh man, they're doing Regis wrong, yo. Hell no." You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of good like that. But then at the end of the day, he's still in position. So, imagine having two mandatories like that. That'd be the toughest mandatories ever, huh? Regis, then you got Gary Antoine. God damn. That be some crazy ass shit. Like you might want to, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be mad at somebody vacating that shit. I understand you gotta be a true fighter and this, that, and the third, but shit, you know what I'm saying? Not being no punk and nothing like that. But does it make sense? That's when does the business make sense? That's when that term comes to play. You know what I'm saying? That'd be a hell of a ass two mandatories. Is Ramirez still running from Ben? I don't think he's running from Ben. Why would he run from Ben? You know what I'm saying? Why would he run from Ben? He got Ben. I can say that about him. Ben, he trying to call up a guy at 140 when he got guys at 47 that he should be fighting. Bruce Ennis don't have a fight right now. Um, um, I would say Avanesian, but Avanesian really the reason why he can't get over here because he had visa issues. So he had to turn down the fight with Virgil Ortiz. He couldn't travel. He still got a Russian passport. But they ain't gonna tell you that though. You know what I'm saying? So Ben, he can fight other guys in his division. There's some guys that's out there. Shit, fight me machine. That's a good one. Alexander Bespuna. Like fight guys that's currently campaigning in your weight class. You know what I'm saying? So I can't say he running from Ben. He not even in the weight class. No, I didn't know that. Thanks. Facts. I see a vacation too. Yeah, that's what shit. Yeah, 140 is crazy, yo. 140 is crazy. 140 is a hell of a division. Robert East, the last person to complete those two mandatory defenses. In the IBF, who was his mandatory? He had man, who was his, who he won a title from Comey. He had a hometown defense, and then he fought Shakakov. Shabakov. Then he fought Fortuna. I can't remember like that. I don't know if he had two back to back. I know he had a hometown in Toledo after he won the title. That's a lot. Yeah, see, yeah. Unless you try and cash out. Yeah, nobody fear Conor Ben. I do think Conor Ben is improving, but I mean to say a guy at 140 running from you, I don't know. I wouldn't say that. Virgil dropped out the fight. He was supposed to fight in the place anyway. Um, now Virgil didn't pull out the fight with Avanesian on August 6th. That was Avanesian pulled out the fight. That was Avanesian. They were supposed to fight for the WBC final eliminator. Like I said, Avanesian can't travel. So um and then last year at the convention, so that's what I'm saying. They be ordering shit that they don't be knowing what these teams have in place. They didn't order it, but Team Avanesian proposed to face my man for the Virgil Ortiz for the final eliminator in the WBC. Virgil Ortiz is like, yo, I got a fight date coming up in January. This was like in October, November when they had the convention. So that's 2 months out. So you basically in training camp. So they was like, all right, bet we're gonna revisit this after your fight. Fight got pushed back to March. Virgil Ortiz didn't even make it to the fight. You know what I'm saying? He pulled out the fight. So they went back and revisited that shit with Avanesian, with the WBC. But the WBC didn't order that shit because Avanesian wasn't cleared to fly. Because that fight was set. They was working on that shit. So it won't Virgil. Virgil ain't only fight Virgil is hesitant to have is against Boots. He want to wait 4 years. Other than that, he ain't really turned down nothing else. You know what I'm saying? I want Ben to fight Avanesian. Yeah, that fight should be easy to make, I think. But well, not now because Avanesian is with Frank Warren and Colin Ben is with Matchroom. So I don't know. He was scheduled to face McKinson in that place, and Virgil dropped out the fight. Yeah, he pulled out the fight with that illness he had. You know what I'm saying? That was a WBO. So Virgil is number one in both sanctioned bodies, WBO and WBC. So McKinson was going to be the final eliminator for the WBO for Bud, and that mandatory wouldn't have been due till May 2023. So it's just whatever. So, but they still wanted to get. They still want to fight Avanesian. That's their plan. They want to get some southpaw looks. I ain't mad at that to face McKinson. So yeah, he pulled out the fight, but he didn't pull out because he was ducking, in my opinion. I don't know. I don't think he's trying to say that, but I heard people say that before that he ducked McKinson. He was if he was ill, he was ill. But he came right back and got that fight after Avanesian turned it down. So it's a lot of politics, bro. That's shit's crazy, but that shit helps. If you understand it, it helps for you to know why shit don't happen or how they moving and stuff like that. That's why I like to pay attention to the rankings because I see people move up in the rankings. I'm like, damn, why they do that? How they do that? What's going on with that? So then I just, go behind the scenes and say, oh shit, you gonna fight him? And this the title eliminator, this, that. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you see somebody pop into the new rankings out the blue. It's like, damn, what they about to do with him? You know what I'm saying? Like, Big Baby came in at number 14 after being out the ring for damn near 4 years. He fighting a journeyman. Didn't really look all that good. He number 14. He got a fight coming up July 23rd. He win that fight, he be top 10. He win another fight, he might be top 7. And next thing you know, he's facing Daniel Dubois for the regular title or some shit. So yeah, breadcrumbs in the rankings. Yeah, that I like it though. I don't totally dismiss it though because I play the game with them. Said facts the I play the game with them. So if this is how y'all guys making fights, I'm gonna beat you to the punch and figure it out before you do. Because the rankings come out every month. I got the times and everything. IBF is coming out next. You know what I'm saying? The NBA come out like clockwork last day of the month. WC come out the second week of the month, so they're gonna be coming out pretty soon. The WBO is tricky. They come out the third week of every month. It's kind of crazy. They come out the third week, so it's like I be paying attention to that shit, yo. Like for example, Rashidi Ellis is not ranked in none of these sanctioned bodies. I bet you after tonight's fight he had with this opponent guy, he gonna be ranked somewhere. And once you see him ranked somewhere, you're gonna be like, oh, that's the route he going. You know what I'm saying? That's the route. Then you look at it. If he ranked in because we know he talking about fighting Boots. That's a hell of a fight. You know what I'm saying? He's not in the IBF. We know Boots got the IBF mandatory. And we see Rashid Ellis come in at like number 10 or number 11 or something, whatever, in the IBF after being unranked all these months, then we can start looking like, okay, that's a possible fight. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these guys ain't running to Boots. Like they say, I'll fight them, but I ain't fighting them right now. You know what I'm saying? The word duck is used loosely in the sport. It drives so many narratives. Yeah, that's true. It all depends. It all depends on who you rocking with, though. If you calling shit a duck, because everybody do it, yo. Everybody do it. Everybody. It's more so about business than anything. You know what I'm saying? Because like if a fighter get called out on social media and the other guy be like, man, I ain't fighting this dude. I got other shit to do. Is that a duck? No, not really. He's just dude talking. You know what I'm saying? My thing is like if you get a contract in your face term sheet, contract, whatever you want to call it. And you look at that shit and be like, nah, I'm good. I ain't trying to find. When you start to move the goalposts, you ask for something and then you get it, and then you be like, nah, we need to get this. We need to get. Oh, you trying to, you know what I'm saying? It's then that's why I can say, oh man, he ain't really want to fight him. You know what I'm saying? Like I said about Alicia Baumgartner, she didn't really want that fight at first. Look how she was talking. She said Michaela got to wait. Michaela got 3 belts, 2 belts, plus the Ring magazine. She's number 1 in the division. She said she got to wait. I'm going to get the WBA belt against Humming Choi, who nobody can get a fight with. But yet and still, you and Michaela Mayer is on Twitter, on social media every day going back and forth, building up the fight, getting the fans hyped up. But you say, man, I don't need her right now. She gonna get hers at the end of the day. So what Michaela Mayer do? She pushed the fight. She got top ranked. No, make the fight. Make the fight. And then we got the fight. But she didn't really want Alicia Baumgartner didn't want that fight right now. You know what I'm saying? So you can say Alicia Baumgartner was ducking at the time until she made the fight. You know what I'm saying? If she would have fought the Humming Choi girl and Michaela Mayer for calling her out, then you can say that's a duck. Especially like we don't like. I think Undisputed is overrated in my opinion, because most of the people who get Undisputed, they vacate right after. They ain't making no title defenses. They're not reigning in the division. You rarely see that. They get the belt. Then here come the politics too. So it looked like even the sanction bodies don't want these guys to be undisputed. Plus, they got to pay all this bread, 12%. So I think it's overrated. I think if it's a good fight, if it's for 1 or 2 belts, it don't matter. Make the fight. That's the fight we want to see. Now you gotta go get this belt from this champion who nobody really heard of, but just to say it's undisputed, let me go get this belt. And then you got to, okay, I gotta go get another belt because I need to get my negotiation shit in order. So I need 2 belts. You need 2 belts, and then we can. They don't care about that shit. You the best. You number 1. You number 2. Let's get it. That's how I look at it. But you know what I'm saying? Boxing is different. I gotta research to see Boots responding to Rashidi. I don't know. Boots ain't really. I don't know. I don't know. I think Boots is gonna be. He gonna just be like, "Yo, make the fight." Oh yeah, she definitely was having a Mayor wait. Mayor said, "Yeah, for sure." Can't say she done. No, you can't say that. No, you can't say that like in total. But you can say before she wasn't. She was avoiding the fight. She was trying to duck all of that shit. Yeah, she was on that Eddie Hearn diet shit, talking the same thing he talked. She don't have no value. She's not the A side, huh? That's duck talk when you start talking like that. Now the fight is made. Oh yeah, let's get it. September the 10th, undercard of Carissa Shields versus Savannah Marshall. I'm with it, but it shouldn't have took that much convincing to do it. Top Rank didn't have to. Why Top Rank got to get on board to get the fight to happen? You know what I'm saying? Eddie Hearn, look, Eddie Hearn didn't even put no bread in. If Eddie Hearn want to fight, like look at it. Conor Ben, he would pay if Mikey Garcia didn't retire, he was ready to pay to give him the bag. If he could get Keith Thurman, he know he ain't gonna get him, but he would pay Keith Thurman whatever he want just to get him to face Conor Ben. He ain't gonna do that with Alicia Baumgartner. So it's like they was trying to duck out that shit. It's just you get an offer and you be like, damn, I can't pay you that shit, yo. So I'm gonna advise you to take it. I'm gonna get with your co-promoter, King's Promotion. Hey, look at this. I think y'all should take this. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't give you this. I can't give you this. So yeah, and he got this bread, right? Why he couldn't do it? Man threatened to move up too. She said she wasn't gonna wait forever. That's part of it too. You know what I'm saying? That's part of it. She got people who supported her and rocking with her on Top Rank and ESPN. So yeah, she wanted to build a fight. Look at the stage. But I don't think you need to do that. Like, think about this. Her fighting Humming Choi, that don't make the fight bigger. You know why? Because nobody know Humming Choi unless hardcore. She's the longest reigning champion in the sport of boxing, way before Gary Russell Jr. when they was throwing that out there. She became world champion in her first fight at featherweight, moved up to 130. You know what I'm saying? Got that belt. She's been champion her whole career, 17, 18 fights. And y'all still don't know who she is. Majority of the people don't know who she is. So her fighting Humming Choi to get the other belt, that don't raise no profile or nothing. Because you girls talking shit every day. You know what I'm saying? I disagree with that. Because Humming Choi don't bring shit to the table. Promotional wise, marketing wise. You know what I'm saying? I know she got a Nike deal out there in Korea, but she ain't doing shit. You know what I'm saying? She posts her doing some sit-ups on the IG every now and again. But that don't make the fight bigger to me. The fight is big now. When you girls just fought a week apart from each other. Michaela Mayer fought April the 9th. Then I'm going to fight April 16th, right after that. And then Michaela Mayer was in the UK when that fight when Alicia Baumgartner fought. She was doing Sky Sports. So the fight we was talking about that shit then because they fought recently. Nobody worry about no Humming Choi. That shit ain't. She don't. Baumgartner don't need Humming Choi to make the fight bigger. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, shit, they agree with me because they made the fight. Now, I disagree with that because like I said, undisputed is that shit is overrated in some cases. Well, I think it's overrated altogether. You know what I'm saying? Especially in this right here, women's boxing with that moment. See, with that momentum with Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano, you can't be bullshitting around. You can capitalize on that shit. Her waiting for Humming Choi, whose team ain't trying to play ball, then you're gonna be holding up a fight. So salute the top rank shit for getting that fight. I'd be surprised if they ain't getting Keith Thurman. If you ever hear Eddie Hearn talking about a PBC fighter, the fight is dead right then and there. Don't even listen no more. Consolidate all the belts like UFC. You don't have to worry about different champions and weight class. Yeah, I'm with that too. You know what I'm saying? It's a different type of thing though. If you can have one person or a couple of people controlling what's going on in the sport of boxing, I think you can do that. You know what I'm saying? You know, UFC, they do be having like some real good fights that don't take that long to make. But UFC ain't really, to me, I still think boxing is better. You know what I'm saying? Because we can talk about a prospect 2-0, 5-0, whatever. We ain't talking about no prospect in UFC like that. We ain't talking about him until maybe he gets into the top 15 rankings. You know what I'm saying? Or the top 10, whatever it is. And I feel like boxing is more broader. I feel like boxing, I don't know, with all the corruption and shit, I still think, I don't know. I think it's better to me. You know what I'm saying? I think it's better. And it shows by, by like I can say the money makes this better, but I just feel like it's better because we get more up by it. Depends what you into as well too, because UFC, a lot of people be into that shit, but I never see people talk about undercards of UFC though. They just talk about the main card, the main event, the co-main, and they may have a bomb ass women's fight. You know what I'm saying? They just talk about that. They don't talk about what's on the prelims on ESPN Plus. I don't know. Maybe I'm just out of touch. Nick Harmon in the building. What's good with you, bro? He said, "Yeah, I remember talking to you in this in April. Yeah, yeah. A lot of shit changed. I'm glad the fight happened though. I can't shit on it for sure. That's the fight I won. I won that fight more than Savannah Marshall versus Carissa Shields. No, it's too much talent, and y'all remember it being prized. Yeah. Ooh, that was crazy. Yeah, 140 champion. Yeah, I mean, if we can go back to that, that should be dope. You know what I'm saying? But these sanction bodies got some type of stronghold. And I think for me, like having one champion, it's good, but I also think it's actually give other fighters an opportunity to like win a title because if you got a division like 140 with one title, bruh, like think about that shit. 154. Well, they got one title now, but before, like think about these divisions that's on the rise. That you got these guys like for example, Michael Soro will probably never get an opportunity to face Jamel Charlo on the up and up. Like Jamel Charlo not going through the rankings and like 15, 14. Yo, give me the number 8 guy. Give me Michael Soro. He ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? So the way they got this shit set up, you got to get in position to do that. You feel me? Because guys not reigning. So if you had one champion, actually, I think it'll take longer for big fights to get made, especially in that division. Because if it's one champion, that means he gotta fight one at a time. Got to fight this one. He got to fight that one. But if you spread like kind of spread it out, so the IBF guy he can face the number one guy, and then face a voluntary, then face another number one guy. That's how it's supposed to be set up. But you know, the business of boxing is crazy. I don't know. I just feel like these guys don't get the opportunities that they would normally get if it was just one belt. But and then looking at the other side, the fans don't know who the best are. Well, the casual fans don't know who the best are. So that well, I don't really worry about them anyway, because they only here for a second and they get out. You know what I'm saying? But the ones that's in here, we know who the best in every division. And we don't know, that's when we should have the fights. So like it let me see, like in cruiserweight, even though Jay Apatow won to beat Breeders, I don't think he beat Okoli. You know what I'm saying? So I like to see that fight. You go all the way down the line. 175, Bivol versus Bertiev. I think Bertiev is the best, but you still got Bivol out there that probably can win that fight too if he got the right game plan. You know, 168, even Canelo undisputed. Shoot, Benavidez. I think Benavidez can give him a run for the money. I want to see it. Same thing as 60. Triple G, Charlo, Andre, all those guys. 54, then that's clear cut. We know who the best. So we got that. 47, I don't know who the best. Spencer Bud. I don't know. Y'all telling me who the best, but I don't know. Even 140 now, with Josh Taylor looking the way he looked against Calderon, I say he's the best, but that's not saying Regis can't beat him in a rematch or even Calderon. You know what I'm saying? All the way down the line, Haney is undisputed. But is Haney really the best fighter at 135? Like, you can say he got the best accolades and he undisputed, but I favor taking that fight. You know what I'm saying? If they was a fight, even though Haney got bring a lot of skills and shit to the table, I think Haney wins. I mean, I think Tank wins. I don't know who the best. That's what I'm saying. If it's a doubt in anybody's mind, I think we should do it. I think we should run it. 130, I think Shakur the best. I think he's the best, but you know, maybe he want to be undisputed. So what? That's 54 and 130. That's two divisions right there. 126. I don't know who the best in that division. Is it Magsayo? Is it Leo Santa Cruz, who haven't fought there in 3 years? Is it Lee Wood? Is it Joshua Morrison? I don't know. I think all those fights is pretty much 50-50. 122. I think Fulton is number one, but MJ, he showed me that he made, you know, the way he closed that fight out, you know what I'm saying? A lot of fighters not doing that with the same hand that he broke. So I still need clarity. 118, anyway, got that hands down. 115, shit. What we got? Chocolatito, Estrada, those guys still up there. Bam, if we want a campaign. So it's like, I don't know. I think if the two best guys who the boxing fans are really knowledgeable about the sport, if they know who the two best, that's who should fight. You feel me? That's who should fight. And if it's not undisputed, okay, those not the two best guys. Because anybody can, I can say anybody, but you can. There's some guys that's unified or can get a title. That don't mean they're the best in the division. You know what I'm saying? That's just me, yo. Just talking shit. It's we need these interim titles. Interim titles. That's tough. You can arguably fight all of them, and never be champion. That's what I'm saying. I say Abel beat Devin. See, that's that can be debated. You know what I'm saying? I would pick Devin in that fight because I think he's a little bit quicker. I know my man Abel is he's a stand-up fighter. His head strap in the air. I think Devin can maybe be a little bit too quick for him, but Devin will have to deal with the range and how my man do with the distance. But you can make an argument with that. There's some guys that's not champions that probably can beat some of these champions. Porgray is managed poorly. He's top two. Yeah, I agree with that on both points that you made. Um, yeah, I like Regis though. I know he gonna get an opportunity. Me too. I respect Haney's courage, but Haney and Tank is tough. I like Tank though. I like Tank in that fight too. I do. I think Haney will give him trouble with his jab because he got one of the best jabs in boxing. But I'm just saying, bro. Tank got fight changing power, and he can box too. So it ain't just he just got power. He can box too. He can do some things to offset what Haney brings to the table. Do you think two belt era or three belt era was the best format in boxing? Um, maybe maybe three belt. Maybe three belt because I think that's when like it's a lot of promoters. There's a lot of corruptions, a lot of promoters, a lot of managers. So to spread it out a little bit more, three belts. I'm not mad at four belts if they actually follow their rules, and then at the end of the day, build up to the best guys fighting each other, and that would be undisputed. But I would say three over two. I like when Tank threw shots at Shakur. He tweeted, I think it would go to 130. Yeah, we'll see if we go to 130. I don't think he will. You know what I'm saying? And that fight right there, that shit ain't happening. Not right now. Tank right now, he's waiting to see what he said I prefer two belt. Yeah, yeah, no doubt. I think Tank is waiting to see what happens with Ryan Garcia and he said talk your shit, LW. I see you, bro. Yeah, just be kind of passionate about this shit though. But I think Tank is waiting to see what happens with Ryan Garcia. You know what I'm saying? Like I mentioned earlier about these rankings, um, Ryan Garcia wasn't ranked in the WBA for a long ass time. Then he came in at number 6 last month. He keep that spot this month. So I'm like, shit, how they do that? You know what I'm saying? Then he just, so I'm not saying he shouldn't get ranked, but when you see that shit happen out the blue, you think about it. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's a big fight. I think it should happen, honestly, to get out the way. Especially if Haney gonna do Kambosos and Lomachenko, then Tank should do a big fight. Like, okay, yeah, you fight these guys and shit like that. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mad at it. It's exciting. I saw it take for what it's worth. As an entertainer, he got that big fight feel when he fight, even when he fighting, guys that probably don't deserve to be in the ring with him. I get it. Bring everybody out. But I say if you're gonna do that, do the biggest one. That's Ryan Garcia. That's the biggest one you can do that against. Like if you ain't gonna fight like the because I don't think Ryan the best guy in that division. I don't even think she may be like I ain't even doing the rankings, but I don't think he's the best guy. Excuse me, the best guy. So if you're gonna keep that format and fight and having big events, it gets no bigger than Ryan Garcia, bro. And will that fight happen? I don't know, but I think Tank and his team probably looking towards that more so than Devin Haney. Everybody knows that's what I'm saying. When these guys be coming out about this one ducking that one and that, man, we already how anybody ducking anybody when Haney got a contract with Camposis. He got a contract with him. So how Tank ducking him and how Haney ducking Tank when he know he got like people just be talking. You know what I'm saying? He said, I remember the IBF came in. Holmes, Hagler, Curry, yeah. Was that 83? As much as I like Tank, he's like selling to the hype jobs and trolls, yeah. Yeah. They built them up to be a draw. You know what I'm saying? And they tell the fans. That's another thing. They tell us he don't really got to fight the best. That he just gonna put on a show and we gonna watch it. When I hear that, I definitely make sure my stream is on point. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna watch it for sure, but I ain't paying. You know what I'm saying? So if a promoter said that to anybody like that, yo, let me know what y'all need to link. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't. It's just like when being a customer in your day to day life, whether you go into a grocery store, Walmart, wherever you going, you want to get the best quality for whatever you paying for. And if you telling me I'm gonna keep giving you this, even though those guys are decent fighters, they're not trash like Pitbull Cruz. I thought Pitbull Cruz was a good fighter. Um, Barrios is a good fighter. It's like they teasing us, and just get by. So they like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Barrios he's a this and he's that, he this, and he put up a good effort. They be like, I told you Barrios was nice. But at the end of the day, we knew this was gonna happen anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I don't suggest nobody paying for it if you get the same shit though, over and over. He said, I would take Tank in that matchup, but Tank ain't fighting Haiti. He's looking elsewhere. That facts. That's why I don't really entertain it that much. My man JC in the building. He said, working and listen. Appreciate you, bro, for sure. Appreciate everybody in the building coming through. About to hit the 2 hour mark. But yeah, bro. I enjoy talking to everybody though about this boxing shit. You know what I'm saying? Definitely I like to keep people informed on what's happening in the ring because that's what it all come back to, and that's the essence of being a boxing fan. Like I'm pretty sure most people like me, when you start watching boxing as a kid or as a young person or whatever, that you ain't know nothing about this politics shit, sanctioned bodies, mandatories. You know what I'm saying? The NABO, that type shit. I didn't know about that shit. Who got this network and this promoter? I didn't know about that shit. I just remember saying, Terry Norris, you know what I'm saying, fighting on NBC, ABC and shit, fighting Julian Jackson and Mugabe and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Larry Holmes and shit. So I remember stuff like that. So I didn't know the behind the scenes shit. So I wouldn't get so like I never get wrapped up into it that much. It's just good for me to understand it so I can bring it to my channel and anybody that rock with it, they can have an understanding as well. But it all goes back to the fight though. At the end of the day, no matter what happened, it goes back to the fights. Like who's fighting, when they fight, what time, what network, how can we watch it? Y'all remember like 10 years ago, we only got like maybe 3 fights of the card. We never got other card fights where we can see these prospects and a former world champion who just lost making his comeback. He fight on the other card, but we never see it. You feel me? So it's like now we can watch the whole card from top to bottom. You feel me? So that's where I'm at with it. Oh my god, I just thought about something. Tank versus Gary Antoine. Oh my god, that would be crazy. Tank is so powerful, but Russell's been in the ring with Tank. So yeah, that would be crazy. That'd be crazy. I would love to see that fight. I would love to see that. That's a good fight, Lala, for sure. I'll pay for that. I mean, but Tank is one who said he's an email champion. He was talking crazy, and we can fight next. No, man, that's just talk, though. Yeah, I seen that interview. I seen that interview. I mean, shit, Charlo, he was an email champion. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Charlo was email champion, and his shit is kind of worse than Haiti because Haiti was actively calling for the big fights. Charlo wasn't. He just said, "Oh, I'm the okay. I'll take it." You know what I'm saying? Haiti was like, "I take it, but I still want to fight him. I want to fight him and him." So it's a little different. All the email titles that made the same. So yeah, man. Salute to everybody coming through the building though, for sure. Make sure you guys y'all can find these fights, you know what I'm saying? They real accessible if you guys want to. Feel free to hit the replay. I'm gonna do some timestamps in my description box. So if you want to go back and check it out, you can go straight to the topic and all it's all good. You know what I'm saying? If you want to follow me on my social media, feel free to feel free to do so. It's scrolling across the bottom. We got Twitter at OverJ. Feel free to tap in with me. Instagram L does boxing. It's all good. Y'all know how we doing with this boxing shit. If you got some behind the scenes shit you want to ask, feel free to tap in with me. If I got the answer, I got you covered for sure. So appreciate you too, bro, coming through the building. Hey, what's the excellent point? That's an excellent point. And when a fighter tells you his promotion team tells you something like that, you should be buying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They telling us they don't want us to pay for the shit. He said hardcore fans ain't. You know what he said? He said something crazy. Leonard Ellerby about hardcore fans. I got offended. Said smash the like button on the way out. Yeah, I appreciate that. Said yeah, Haney made boxing fans smile. I'm still side eye the so-called offer Bill sent. Man, yeah. That was crazy. That was man, that was pandemic. People was having fun, building up their channel. Man, that shit. I knew it won't go happen. You know how I knew? Because I was I seen the WC convention that year, Lala, and they had put Gamboa number 10 at lightweight. After coming off a knockout loss to Tank, he was number 10. I was like, yo. And they said the reason why they put him at number 10 is because it's going to help the event. I'm like, event? What event they about to have? Oh, he about to get a title shot. He about to fight Devin Haney. Bill them knew it was gonna be Gamboa the whole time, bro. They was on YouTube building up their brand, promoting, talking cash shit. You got the same fan base. They divided. You know what I'm saying? Because most of the fan base rock with Gary Russell and rock with Haney. Now you either rock with Haney or Gary Russell. And then we got one side looking bad, the other, it was back and forth. But at the end of the day, they had Gamboa already signed. Come on, man. That's why I was looking at that shit. It was entertainment. I was like, come on, bro. Come on. Gamboa is already signed. Already. If you're gonna get that ranking and Suleiman talking about it's to build up the card, it's gonna help the card because of his name recognition. Come on, bro. That's what I'm saying. Don't tease me. Don't tease me and lie to me. Keep it 100. Interesting. Yeah, that's why I was like, that fight not happening. And Gary Russell, the PBC, look, ain't no PBC guy that's a big name and a world champion ever gonna go over there. Not unless Eddie get shit together to fix the relationship that he messed up with that Wilder AJ situation. That's the steal from all that shit. They used to do business together all the time. Badu Jack, James DeGale, all types of shit. Lee Selby. Lee Selby was promoted by Eddie Hearn, but he was managed by PBC. So they used to do business all the time. When they did that shit to Wilder, that's when the relationship went downhill. And he act like, I don't know why those guys don't want to work with me. How I can't get the big fights? Why Charlo don't want to take the $7 million to face Andre? Why not? Oh, they turn down loads of money because they don't want to mess with you. They know how you do, how you is. You know what I'm saying? So you burn a bridge, it's hard to cross that bitch. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm just here to help refresh some memories and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. I just want to help refresh the memories. She said facts. I heard in my own ears, Bill tell Gary, "We'll fight you, but you got to sign with us." See what I'm saying? And he not gonna do that. It's shame that business relationship yeah, it is because there's some big fights they can make. Look how long it's taking for Leo Santa Cruz and Lee Wood to get over the line. Come on, man. Y'all know what's gonna happen with that shit. Man, D-Ray in the building. Leo Santa Cruz trying to get out of that shit to face the winner between Magsayo and Ray Vargas. He gonna fuck around and get up out of there. You know what I'm saying? Because he can say, well, Lee Wood asking for 50-50. You know what I'm saying? Lee Wood is tied to MTK. His coach is Ben Davidson. They can't come over this motherfucker. So Leo Santa Cruz gonna be like, shit. PBC gonna be like, yeah, listen, we'll fight him. We'll fight him. But in the meantime, when they got this travel restriction, let us fight Magsayo. I try to tell you. Listen, y'all, this business shit crazy. But yeah, I want to salute everybody coming through the building. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff if you haven't done so already. If you miss anything, I'm gonna work on some timestamps in my description box so you guys can go back and check it out. And you know what I'm saying, feel free to tap in. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, bro, coming through. Appreciate that, bro. Said facts. Yes, sir. You know, I'm just trying to bring some clarity and shit. I ain't the voice of reason. You the voice of reason, D-Lo. I'm just, you know, bring a little bit of clarity if you guys, you know, feel inclined to listen. It's all good. But yeah, salute to everybody, man. That's my time, and I'm out.